Hi, Professor Murphy. It's great to see you again. Thanks a lot for taking the time to sit down with me for a few minutes today to further discuss your Introduction to Business course. I know you have class coming up soon, so I obviously want to be cognizant of your time, but just to kind of briefly recap some things we've talked about in our couple meetings earlier this semester, I know obviously you're using the Pride text with Cengage's MindTap right now, and we both know Pride's coming out in a new edition in spring, but I had noted you weren't sure whether or not you were going to roll to the new edition, and some reasons behind this were that I had written down from our past conversations were students struggle in the course and the course overall due to the amount of content covered in the class. I know Pride's got a lot of chapters in there, and it can be hard for students to maintain what they're learning. Lack of engagement. Students are struggling to stay engaged in the course. And something I had started when we met are students are struggling with relating what they are learning to the real world of business they will be immersed in soon. Are these still the three major needs? Oh, and there's one additional one. Okay. You mentioned cost being something. So I can hit on all four of those things today. But I really want to focus in on, obviously, your major need that you let me know about is taking students from what they're learning in class and applying it to how they can see it tying together in a real world business environment. So something we've recently developed, I know you've seen Connect and SmartBook, and we've talked about that before, but we've recently come out with mini simulations. They'll be available for the first time in the spring term, and these are really, I think, going to address your pain point of students struggling to take what they're learning in class and applying it to the real world business that they're going to be a part of very soon. So just to give you a little bit of backstory before we dig in here, our mini simulations are a way to bridge the gap between classroom theory and real life with our 7 mini simulations that engage students and put them in the decision-making seat. Students will be allowed to practice their critical thinking and problem-solving skills as they immerse themselves in real-life challenges that require the application of course concepts and see the implications of their decisions as they go. Each simulation is designed as a 15-minute experience unless students eagerly replay for a better outcome. Like I said, we have 7 of these. 2 are live right now. Operations Management and Ethics, and the other 5 will also be alive for spring for the first time. Those will be on Marketing, the 4 Ps, Economics, Management and OB, Entrepreneurship, and International Business. Any questions about what our mini simulations are or anything like that before we kind of dig in and show you a brief demo here? Perfect, okay. Like I said, we're in Connect. You've seen this before, previous times I've been in here. I always like to go in through the student view. A lot of faculty want to see, all right, I know what I see, but I want to be able to answer my students' questions and see exactly what they are seeing. So when I go into the student view here, I'm going to see the operations management simulation right here that I can pull up. I'm going to click on continue. And as this is loading here, it's going to give us, here's the mini simulation. It's going to tell students in this activity exactly what they're going to do. I'll let you take a look at that for a second. Perfect. And we're going to play the attempt. You're going to see a narrator along the left side here that's going to help guide us through this simulation based around what we just saw on the first screen there. And students are going to basically live over here and click to advance, and then they're going to see little outcomes they can choose in these yellow boxes. But first we're going to have to create our fun little, it's a way to immerse students right away. Get their name in here, get their little avatar. And students are going to click to advance, answer various questions. So they're going to see, I'm just going to click through this for the sake of time here to kind of show you. There's a little video they can watch here in this particular operations management simulation. And when they click continue here, Gary's my brother in this situation. It's going to give us some information on a data table. And there can be different outcomes, and based on the outcome I pick, it's gonna throw me, obviously, give me some more feedback, whether or not that's the best outcome I could have chose or not. And these can be recorded, like I said. They can be, in terms of grading, they can be set up for unlimited attempts for students. It's a way for them to get in. It's okay for them to make mistakes in here. They can choose all the various options to see how they would all play out in this scenario. So basically, students are gonna work through this entire simulation. I'd say roughly about a 15-minute period. And we're wanting to take them from that basic understanding materials like they do in class, their basic concepts you're teaching in class, to really applying to be problem solvers. Because we too, like you, believe students should learn how to critically think and problem solve. And this is one of the major reasons we created these mini simulations. So can you kind of see, as we're in this mini simulation here, how students are immersed, they're actually making decisions And based on the decisions they make, it's going to have various outcomes just like they would in the real world. Okay, perfect. So I wanted to address that with you today. Does this look like something that you would seriously consider here in the future? Is there any more information I can provide for you at this time regarding the mini simulations? Okay, perfect. I also wanted to address, I understand cost was a big complaint. So you're probably thinking, okay, goodness, is this an additional cost to Connect? No, this is actually great. This is something we're adding within Connect. So students will be able to not only get Connect like you've seen before with SmartBook, which is the personalized and adaptive ebook, they'll also have access to these mini simulations, all for a price of $95. And if at any time they want to upgrade to a loose leaf copy of the text, they can do so for $25. That component is optional though. So everything you've seen before, plus these additions of mini simulations for $95. So I wanted to make sure I answered that question for you today as well. Now I understand you have to head to class, but before we go, I just wanted to see in terms of next steps for us, what I would like to do is obviously copy a sample course over to you so you can kind of review this operations management mini simulation in a little more detail, as well as take a look at our ethics one that's done already. And then would you say like in a week or so we can schedule some time? Would you think like at the same time next Tuesday would work for you? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can come back the same time next Tuesday, get some of your additional feedback on the mini simulations that you're looking at with operations management and ethics. That will allow me to get some more information regarding the other 5 and when those will be live. And I can come in at that time and we can further discuss any questions you have at that time and how we can proceed from there. Thank you very much.